So on the back of Newcastle United's big win against Manchester United at the weekend, they now prepare for 3 away games. It's a tough run on the road for Newcastle. They've got West Ham, Brentford and Aston Villa, and 2 of those games Newcastle will be preparing for them down south. And I think for Newcastle that's a very sensible move given the short proximity between the 2 games. We had a similar situation to this last season after Newcastle's game against Southampton when they played on the Thursday night just before a trip to Chelsea, when they picked up 3 points from a possible 6 in that time. If Newcastle can manage to pick up 6 points from 6 in the next 2 games, then I think they'll be in a really strong commanding position for that Champions League place going into, you know, the final ultimate run-in for the season. And I think really Eddie Howe knows now that his team are in touching distance. We spoke to him today at the press conference where it was pointed out to him that West Ham finished the season on 56 points last season. Well, if Newcastle can win these next 2 games, they'll be on exactly that tally, which was enough to get West Ham at least into the Europa Conference League. Now, Newcastle have got much bigger ambitions than the Europa Conference League. They're looking at the Champions League this season. They're trying to get in there to show their worth, that they're worthy of sitting at the top table of European football. But ultimately, I think for Newcastle, it's step by step, and these 3 away games really are going to have a bearing on what happens in the final run-in of the season. So Eddie Howe today, I would say he was very focused today. I think he was very calm going into it. There's been a lot of stuff thrown at Newcastle in the last couple of days about time wasting tactics, gamesmanship, and I didn't think Eddie Howe wanted to be pulled into that. All he said was Newcastle are a team that want to play on the front foot. They want to get forward. They want to entertain, is another word that he's used this season. So for Eddie Howe, his team now really are sort of running hot. You know, 3 Premier League wins in a row. They'll be looking to keep that up at West Ham on Wednesday night. So really big, important chapter of the season coming up, and Newcastle in good spirits. They'll leave their Benton training ground today after training, and then they'll head to the capital for the next few days.